get into not just the reasons why you wanted to do this, but also part of the process of adapting and
Yes.
how it feels to have finished.
Well, we'll start that. That'll take 3 hours.
Yeah, sorry, that was a very...
But the first time I saw the film, the James Whale, it was at age 7, and I think your pizza's here. And what happened is, on Sundays we would go to church really early on at 8 a.m. and then the rest of the day we would watch movies at home in Channel 6 on TV. And that day after church I saw Boris Karloff cross the threshold and turn around. And to me that was religion. That was my church. I immediately felt that it was what my grandmother used to feel about Jesus, I now felt about Boris. And I saw myself in him. I was a very strange child at age 7, and I felt that he didn't belong in the world the same way I didn't belong in the world. But I was incredibly curious about the world. So, there's religious ecstasy, and I felt it that day. I felt it completely. I was really trembling. I was really moved by that image. You talk about resurrection of the flesh, immaculate conception, stigmata when you're a Catholic, and I felt very Catholic with Boris. I was like St. Paul on the road to Damascus.
That you've written was yours,
Yeah.
not from
At all
from the novel. So how much of that did you interweave into? Because Victor is very much a Byronic and also Percy.
Yeah, no, I think that Byron is seminal in the creation of Frankenstein because he is the prompter of the contest in Villa Diodati that is going to give birth both to Frankenstein and the Vampire by Polidori.
Yeah.
So that night, the myth of the modern vampire and the myth of Frankenstein are born on the same night out of the same context. I think Byron is a very powerful figure. We tried to model Oscar Isaac after Lord Byron, but also Keats, because Keats studied medicine.
Yeah, he did.
And he became a poet at the end of the day. But the fusion of curiosity, scientific curiosity...
He was criticized a lot for it, too. Sorry to interrupt, but yeah.
No, I agree. And Byron, for example, when the creature is lost in the world, is a little bit like Ballad of Childe Harold or The Pathless Woods. There's a lot of Byron breath in there. Do not be fooled by this. They want you to relinquish your spirits and your emotion to an algorithm or an app that is going to create art, but it's not. It's illustration. And I think that the main fight of the Romantic spirit was against the Industrial Revolution, saying we should not relinquish everything to the machine. It's the same spirit we're in right now. And that's why it feels urgent and alive, and that's why I'm grateful I did not do it 20 years ago or 30 years ago, and I did it now. I'm very, very grateful to live in a world that needs a film you make. Whether it's understood, misunderstood, it doesn't matter. You feel like you are in the moment. And I think it's a moment to reevaluate the Romantics as a necessary notion and movement for the human spirit. Lest we forget, if art is so easy, and if art is so easy that an app can make it, why do they want it so much? To make money. Why? And that's the real question. And I will say no more for the moment, because if you Google, you'll find a lot of things I've said.